What is up, y'all? It is that Sports Kid back with part 7 of my college football imperialism map. This is the map. So much has happened. Bunch of teams went down all over the country. And we're going to keep doing it. Part 7. If you don't know what's going on, you will catch on very quickly, but also go watch part 1 through 6 to get you caught up. The SMU Mustangs, I believe they played in the last episode, are going to be our first team up today. They took out North Texas, and now they are going to play TCU. So the arrow points southwest-ish, and that will definitely be TCU. These teams are rivals, so this should be a good game. SMU attacking and TCU defending. This is the battle for the Iron Skillet. Interesting. So much has happened on this map in the past couple episodes. It's been awesome. Make sure to like and subscribe to see the rest of the series. Go check out what I've posted before. And let's get into it. The Horned Frogs have been honestly probably one of the best teams so far. They have taken out monsters like Arizona, shockingly, Texas Tech, Colorado. They've done a lot, and they are the biggest team on the map. So will they be able to hold it? SMU scores a touchdown first. Now they score another touchdown and a field goal to make it a 17-point lead. Now it's a 10-point lead. Now only a 3. Now it's 10 again. Right before halftime. Now after halftime. 45-24. Do we have an upset? 45-38. TCU has to score some points. They're not going to. SMU upsets the Horned Frogs and the biggest team on the map, 52-38. This is an upset for the ages. Rivalry game pretty much came down to the wire. The underdog gets the upset victory and is now the biggest team on this whole entire map. Probably by a long shot. Yeah. Little SMU has the whole state of Arizona, pretty much all of Colorado, majority of New Mexico, and the majority of Texas. Wow. Who is next? We can keep SMU. We will remove TCU from the tournament, and that leaves us with 73 teams. The Oregon State... No, Penn State. Penn State Nittany Lions are next. Oregon State has gone a lot recently, and they have a pretty good handle in the Northwest, but now we have the Penn State Nittany Lions in the East who are going to attack Northwest, and that will be the Buffalo Bulls. There are the stats from the last game. There we've got Penn State, and we need Buffalo. So we have a Big Ten team playing a MAC team. Not ideal for Buffalo. I'm sure they would like to play a smaller school in the region. As Penn State comes in as a 16 overall rating advantage.
It's the second largest city in the state of New York, Buffalo.
Buffalo has, it looks kind of like a relatively large stadium. I'm sure it's only like 20, 30,000 people. I mean, it looks nice, except for the track around the field. Ideally, that is gone. Not a big school, so it doesn't even matter. Tied game 7-7 in the second quarter. Now Penn State scores three quick touchdowns to make it lots of points, just all over the place. It's 45-14. PSU leads 45-24 now. Now it is 52-24. It is going to be a blowout as the final minutes of the fourth quarter conclude. Penn State wins by 20 points, 58-38. Little surprised their defense gave up that many points, but they walked away with a very strong win. Of course, they are sort of expected to get that win, as they have such a high overall rating advantage. Now they control a good chunk of northern New York, up there with Syracuse, splitting the territory of Kent State, who has a lot of land out here, splitting that in Syracuse. Definitely a contender in the Northeast. West Virginia, I don't think, could put up too much of a fight against Penn State. So I think that they have a pretty good grip in the area. But we'll have to see. These are all one-game shootout sort of stuff. It is Boston College. So Boston College is in kind of a tricky situation because the map I took this from, I stole this map off the internet from Captain Scuttlebottom on Reddit. Link in description for the map and wheel in the description. So, but UMass was right here and UConn was right here, and neither of those teams are in NCAA 14, so I can't simulate with them. So they're just empty territory, and it's a first come, first serve, and Boston College gets a shot at some of this land if they can actually spin the arrow and just pick one. They're not gonna. They just don't want to take any land. That's going to be good enough. That will be good enough, and Boston College will just take this part of Vermont and New Hampshire. So, yes, they expand, but there's no competition. Kind of a freebie, but there were 3 teams that had the option to take that territory, so I figured I might as well let them, I don't know, figure it out. Boston College took a good chunk, though. Who's next? Is it Penn State again? Yes, it will. Yes, it will be. It will be Penn State again. Who could they go after? I think their biggest threat right now is, honestly, Syracuse. I don't think Pitt is a strong contender. They are going to go southeast, so creates an interesting situation. Excuse me. Where they will be attacking West Virginia, who took a large chunk of land from Virginia Tech and Marshall and James Madison and Maryland. I'm sure some other teams are thrown in there, but this is a big dogfight area. And there will be another fight. Penn State will be playing at West Virginia. I am curious to what the overall differences are. It's actually pretty close. Interesting. I didn't think it would be. Penn State is kind of a... They are a good Big Ten team, and West Virginia is not a very good Big 12 team. West Virginia doesn't have any high overall players at key positions. Penn State has sort of some. It is going to be a close game. And the lower overall rated team, West Virginia, has the home field advantage.
Home of Mountaineer Field and Milan-Puskar Stadium and West Virginia University.
If you haven't watched this series before, I have to select a team to play with in order to get to this screen so I can simulate it. So I always take the away team, I always choose heads, and I always choose to kick off. Just to make it even. And I think those are like those are like common things. We do kind of have a game here. Penn State is now that I say that, Penn State scored another touchdown and another one. We no longer have a close game. It is a 49-17 point lead for Penn State. Going through the last few minutes of the fourth quarter, they are up by 33. Penn State, wow. We need to look at those stats. West Virginia is out of here, and PSU will expand for the second time this episode. I totally thought it was going to be a closer game. But now West Virginia is gone, and on all sides, Pitt is surrounded. Well, like, everyone's surrounded, but Pitt is mostly surrounded by Penn State, which is interesting. They also, they do share that border with Kent State, but it's kind of a non-competition. Anyway, Penn State eliminates West Virginia and takes over this territory. They're like the 8th team to fight for that land. But they got it, and they are the biggest team, probably east of the Mississippi, I would say. Penn State stays, West Virginia is eliminated. 71 teams remaining as this tournament. It's not quite coming to an end. We're not even halfway there, honestly. We're getting there, though. Wake Forest is the next team selected. They have not played a game. They're one of many Carolina teams, actually, who haven't played a game. They could play Penn State. We could get Penn State 3 games in a row, and oh my goodness, that is actually going to happen. Wake Forest is going to play Penn State for 3 games in a row. Penn State will be playing. This time, they are going to be the home team, though. They have been, frankly, perfect on the road. We will see if that holds up. Wake Forest, wow. They are actually tied in terms of overall rating. Both 86. Kind of shocking. Penn State is sort of a mid team, but they have strong foothold. Their defense is a lot better, though. Sam Hartman, he should probably be good. Wake, they're going to the stadium with 100
It's going
10,
crazy.
15,000
Football
people
from
here.
Beaver Stadium at Penn State is on the
Big
way.
deal. Fight for the East. Wake Forest is really just more south than, well, I get they're southeast in North Carolina, but I would say they're more south than east. Tied game at 13 points apiece. Now Wake scores third quarter. Tied again. 7-point lead for Wake. Are they going to do it? Score again? Penn State will score 27-27. Wake with a field goal. Penn State with a touchdown. So a 4-point lead. Now they squandered that lead. And Wake, wow. Wake won. That's impressive. It was a 3-point game in the end. 44-41. Penn State could not kick a field goal to tie it at the end to go to overtime. And Wake Forest ends at Penn State's run for 3 games in a row. And Wake Gold will cover the East. Oh, man. They will cover the East. If I can make Photoshop think that this border is okay. Think that they're different colors. Gotta go around this. Now Wake can take over, right? Yes. Yay! I don't know. Maybe it's not a yay. Maybe this is bad. Maybe you're a Penn State fan. Never met a Penn State fan. Sure, they're real nice. Actually, I don't know if I've ever met anyone from Pennsylvania. It's interesting. Anyway, I didn't think that Wake Forest would touch any of Buffalo's land this episode. But you never know. This is a wild tournament. Wake stays at Penn State. Could not defend their home field. And is eliminated. Who's next? 70 teams remain. We have eliminated 56 teams. Will be Hawaii. Okay, I have kind of been dreading Hawaii playing. Because they are not in the continental United States. So, as long as the arrow goes in, like, this direction, it'll, like, this part of the ocean doesn't count. Obviously, they can't play anyone over there. But as long as the arrow points somewhere over here, wherever it points, they will attack. And it does, thankfully, on the first try. We are going from the logo. So if I can line that up and real nice, it looks like they'll play USC. Yeah, that does look like USC. Let's remove those lines. So Hawaii will play Southern California. This will definitely be a tough battle for the Rainbow Warriors, as USC is like a 96 overall somehow. I mean, not somehow, they are good, except for, like, they lost to Tulane, and that was pretty bad. Haha. But they're 93 overall. Their offense is just freaking fantastic. And Hawaii is the away team. So, chances are slim. I'd give it like a 1 in 100 chance for Hawaii to upset SoCal. Caleb Williams and Justin, Addison. They're going to be really good. Another team where the kicker is the best player. It's kind of sad. I mean, yeah, it's good to have a
And
kicker
now
as the best
bringing the
player,
coin
but,
toss, and it's
you
presented
know,
by Nissan. Innovation that
ideally you
excites.
have someone who is a little more impactful. Hawaii is going to get the ball after halftime, if that even helps. A big show out by the Hawaii fans. It is a 11-point deficit for the Rainbow Warriors in the second quarter. Now they're kind of blowing it. It's 21-3, 24-3. Okay, scored a touchdown. Gave up a touchdown. They're down by 27 in the third quarter. Yeah, this seems like a typical USC versus Group of 5 team, maybe FCS. 54-10, 61-68 to 10. Can we see 70? Can we see 70? No. Purdue's the only team that scored 70 so far. 58-point win for Southern California. GG. But Hawaii shows up, but not on the mainland. It's gonna kind of be a pain to screw around with these islands. Whoops. Goodbye, Hawaii. Anyway, next team. Goodbye, Hawaii. Who's next? Who will be chosen? Cincinnati. Cool. They do have a lot of options. Could play Ohio State, could play Wake, could play Tennessee or Louisville or Kent State. It looks like they're gonna play Louisville. If I can zoom in. I mean, Cincinnati going almost directly west through the logo is definitely gonna be Louisville. I forgot that Louisville beat Purdue. This is a rivalry. I have simulated this game so many times on my channel. Cincinnati and Louisville. Battle for the Keg of Nails. That's the name of the rivalry. Battle for, yep, Keg of Nails. They played in the bowl game last year, the Fenway Bowl. That was a great game. Was it Cincinnati? I think it was. No. Oh my goodness, I forgot who it was. That's not important right now. Louisville is a 3 overall rating, 3 overall ratings better. And they have home field advantage. I don't know if they play at this stadium anymore. It's been 10 years since the game released. Almost 9 years. So it's probably a different state. Well, I don't know. It's a cool stadium. Who's going to score first? It will be the Louisville Cardinals. They've scored twice, 3 times before Cincinnati. Will it be 3 times or 4 times? Right now there's a bunch of nothing happening. Oh, they will score 4 times. Before 5 times. Okay. End of the third quarter almost is a 30-0 whooping. Going through the fourth quarter now. And Cincinnati doesn't score. Oh my goodness, Cincinnati scored. It's going to be a 33-7 victory for the Louisville Cardinals. I'm sure a lot of people are upset about that. Well, maybe not. I have no idea. I do not follow, honestly, either team's football. Anyway, just getting some county borders out of the way, so it looks a little better. Louisville is the biggest team in the Midwest. So, hey, maybe I think they literally only beat Purdue and Cincinnati, who are like mid teams. Not the point. Cincinnati is gone. We will do a couple more games. Will it be Ole Miss? Yes, it will. And where will Ole Miss go? We will locate them on the map. I know where they are. They're right here. They took out Middle Tennessee State in their last game. Now they're going to play pretty confidently. That is Louisiana Tech. Well, it's a little close. The center of the logo, tip of the arrow, that looks like La Tech to me. They're getting kind of lucky here. Ole Miss with Middle Tennessee State and Louisiana Tech. LMNO. Ole Miss. Ole Miss is a 10-point overall. There are 10 overalls, but I don't know how to say this. I'm sure there's like a good way to say it, but it's awkward because it's not a rating. It's not a rating. Anyway, Ole Miss is a lot better than Louisiana Tech. That's yeah. And they are ranked in the AP poll. Not that that really means anything, but you gotta be like decent doing the AP poll. I do not like that Ole Miss powder blue scoreboard color. I don't like it. 3 apiece in the second quarter. Now Louisiana Tech leads by 4 after an Ole Miss field goal. Now they also, wow. Okay, they're up by 11, 31-20. Down. Ole Miss is down by 14. 41-27. Ole Miss is falling apart. Are they going to come back though? 34-41. 7-point game. No, Louisiana Tech scores a touchdown. Are they going to take them out? Oh my goodness. Louisiana Tech upset Ole Miss 48-41. I didn't expect that. Wow. 500 passing yards. Didn't run at all. Well, okay. Wow. To that one guy who commented, I like the way that he says La Tech. I'll say it again. La Tech is back. And they beat another team. This is definitely the weirdest looking territory so far. They took out Louisiana Monroe in their first game. And now they take out Ole Miss, who beat Middle Tennessee State. So it goes through the state of Louisiana, Mississippi, probably a little bit Alabama, and Tennessee. Looking kind of like a Norwegian country. I don't know. Anyway, Ole Miss is gone. That was kind of wacky. Who's next? I think this will be our last game. Maybe we can fit one more in. It will be Tulane. So Tulane, I believe, borders LSU. Yeah, they have a big border with LSU. They could play Southern Miss or Louisiana. They're trying to play the Gulf Coast, Mexico, but I don't think they have a team put together Still trying to play the Gulf Coast. Wow. I'm not. It's got a point somewhere. Nope. You're not gonna go across the Gulf to play Bama. You're not gonna go into the Gulf to play whatever Gulf creature lives there. They're really trying to avoid playing LSU. Oh my goodness. They got a spin-off. And it is good. But where does it point? This might actually through the middle of their territory. Through their logo. I can't tell where the middle of the logo. There it is. Hold on. If that's going... I want to say they play LSU. But I don't want them to play LSU. I'm not a Tulane fan. Where is it gonna be? I say it's LSU. It's more directly west. And the distortion of the map might, I don't know. Tulane versus LSU. That's what we're going with. That's the game you'll see. And maybe Tulane will be able to pull it off. LSU isn't ranked too high, are they? Just a 97 overall, better than them in the battle for the Tiger Rag. This is an interesting rivalry trophy, the Tiger Rag, with half of it saying LSU and half of it being Tulane, as you see in the middle of these two logos at the top. Interesting trophy. Been going on for 32 minutes. I think this will be the last game. The defense, LSU's defense is so much better. But Tulane upset USC in the Cotton Bowl. So maybe they will upset LSU at Tiger Stadium. It's not nighttime. It is not nighttime. Anything can happen at Tiger Stadium when it is not nighttime. Stuff goes down at night at Tiger Stadium. Usually not good stuff. Anyway, got a little sidetracked. LSU, Tulane, LSU touchdown, LSU touchdown. 21-7, or 20 point lead, 31-7, 38-7. This is looking like it'll be a blowout. With 4-3 to 1 minute in the fourth quarter, 38-14, 45-14, 52-14 will be your final score. As Tulane, unfortunately, is taken down by Swamp Cats. If I can just get rid of that little border. Map doesn't look too different. Anyway, that will be your episode. Look at how much has happened. Louisville expanded. Stuff went down in the East. La Tech, probably one of the biggest upsets so far. Hawaii went down. LSU played Tulane. That's pretty much it. Boston College expanded. That's it. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the love and support on the recent episodes. Until the next one, peace.